The riches of China. The Emperor of China is weak and has little support. From north to the south, the ordinary Chinese are questioning his rule, and the normally loyal bureaucrats are debating whether Zairu II has in fact lost the mandate of heaven. Rogue Polynesian officials claiming to represent Tai Ching have approached Mishihiro So, imploring us to free them from the oppression of the Ming and end the rule of the Zhou dynasty. I gain a claim on Taiwan. Or we say they're our friends. I'm going to take the claim. Sekisho. After complaints of bandits roaming the countryside and attacking people in the major roads, there have been suggestions of establishing the Sekisho, or barriers, as checkpoints. They would also control the movement of people and certain goods, and at times serve to collect tolls. These defensive barriers could be in great use in case somebody would attack us. So we can establish these, in which case we get that for 20 years. It will cost us 600 ducats. I'm going to say that's not really worth it. No. I'll take the uprising chance, thank you. Another election, another re-election. Repay. So how are we doing with the privateering here? Oh boy! Pretty effective. So what are we getting from this? Spoils of war, 3 ducats. Cool. Oh, and we can raid. Do it. I think it was just that little corner. Yeah, none of the rest. Is that another loan? No. Not quite, unfortunately. So when does this truce end? January. Storms! Heavy storms have hit some of our porcelain factories. It will take years until they've recovered to full productivity. Ouch. 2 years. Painful. And in fact, what I should probably do is start spy networking against Ming. I'm going to stop against Korea. There's no real reason for that anymore. And T4 is the next one. We're actually getting some manpower and stuff back again, which is quite nice. It's been a while since we've had that. Watch the rebels. I'm watching the rebels. Truce with Ming has ended. Okay, so let's go ahead and embargo them. And we should be gaining a ton of power projection. +1 for the embargo, privateers against Jiangsu, +1, embargoing Jiangsu 2. I'm not getting anything for privateering Ming. Oh, that's because they don't really own anything there. It would have to be Hangzhou. Okay. So in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to split out these guys. I'm going to have them privateering Hangzhou. Privateers against Ayutthaya, privateers against Jiangsu, privateers against Ming. Saruga, Shinano have been cored. Speaking of coring, we should probably do another. How many tech levels behind am I compared to Ming? I think we're actually pretty close. There are 15, 16, 16. We are 12, 13, 16. So militarily we're on par. The other two are a little behind. Our producers have become complacent as our use of Smithsonian economics has led to our production techniques being so advanced. Gain inflation or lose production efficiency. I don't know how much we actually produce. Yeah, our production is not very valuable yet. So 10 years, fine. Painful, but so it goes. Left the ships idle. I did, didn't I? Beijing. Cherry Blossom Festival. The season for the cherry blossoms is upon us. In every province of our dominion, our people congregate at shrines and altars to pray, eat, and enjoy the beauty of the season. I'll gain the 300 ducats. I'll use it to pay off a loan. Okay, so we need you to protect trade in Canton. We need you to actually continue privateering. The reason I'm doing this is because I want to have at least 10% trade power here. Do I have that? Oh, this is Hangshu, not Canton. I went to the wrong place. I can't go to Hangshu. Why? I can't go to Beijing either. Even though I have a port right here. And right here for Hangzhou. Why is that? Okay, well, Canton is probably as dominated by Ming. It is. And we are currently at 11%. That's all I need. Well, hello, Ming. I would like to justify a trade conflict. Ming must have at least 20% trade power. Talking about Girin. Where the hell is Girin? Where is Girin? That's not a trade node. Oh, there. Okay. Something seems to be messed up here. And it's not the galleys. This fleet should be able to trade because I got the flagship, which allows galleys to do trade. Yeah, see, they can't protect trade here either. We can privateer everywhere, we just can't trade there. And in Canton they need to have at least 20%. They do, they have 32, and I need to have at least 10. I have 11. So I should... Oh! I need a do I need a merchant there? No, you don't need a merchant there to protect trade, do you? Because why can I protect trade in Canton? I don't have a merchant in Canton. Yeah, I would agree with you. Reload. Because there is definitely something very weird going on here. This should not be happening. Trade, how even does that work? That's a great question. How on earth does trade work? Well, it's your lucky day, because somebody just happens to have made a tutorial for trade and also advanced trade in EU4. Let me see if I can find it. Oh wow, my trade tutorial's number 4. Nice. Go and check this video out. Do. Right there. For those of you who don't know how trade in Europa Universalis work, it's an awesome system and you definitely should get involved in it. And you got a tutorial there and also a advanced trade tutorial for those of you who want that. Okay, let's see if we can. Still can't. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this merchant. And we're going to put him in Hangzhou. So if there's a merchant there, you should probably be able to protect trade. There we go. Protect trade in Hangzhou. You protect trade in Hangzhou just to make sure that we have enough. And we wait until the end of the month. And we double check the trade. They have 47%, we have 24%. This should definitely be trade conflictable. There it is. Confirm. Then you continue privateering Beijing. You can continue to protect trade, declare war, trade conflict. Blockade ports. They're allied to the Yuge Guj. I'm not really worried about that. Okay, and then the other thing I'm going to do is take these guys, bring them over here. Genshu has built their fort. I'm going to change. Oh no, your edict's correct. Cool. Nowhere useful. 1 heavy, 23 transports. Now where's their war fleet? Ming does generally have one. Ming's already on low enthusiasm. Interesting. They're like, we really don't want to do this. Please just let us go. Like, you messed us up pretty badly previously. Just leave us alone. They're attacking down there. One of the things I should really have done is built a fort right here. Yeah, it's a big mistake that I have not done so. Bro, am I planning to unify Japan? Eventually. Well, how much money could we potentially squeeze out of you? Quite a bit. This war needs to go on for a bit longer. How many troops do they have? Actually, not very many. Interesting. And then I think I'm going to start using some of the transports to blockade as well. Oh, please tell me you're just 4 artillery. Pretty much. Go and attack that. Bohemian crystal. For centuries, Venetian glass has dominated the glassmaking sector, with smaller glassmaking enterprises trying to faithfully emulate the masters on Murano Island. Bohemia has been a glassmaking region since the 12th century, but by combining their native chalk with potash in a new method, the Bohemian glassmakers are now finally able to challenge the Venetian glass. Lucky them. So I'm going to take this back so that I can control the crossing. I'm going to go and crush that army. I was half expecting to see an army coming in down here, but they don't seem to be particularly interested in actually fighting. Yeah, they're getting quite a few rebels. We'll see if they try to cross again. There's an army. Sagami has been cored. Speaking of coring, I need to core you as well before this piece is made. "12,000 troops. Okay, they are starting to rearm pretty quickly. Is this still a colony? Please tell me this is still a colony. Oh no, I think it's only just changed. Ah, we can take it in the pieces. No, we can't. It's a trade conflict. I can't take land. That's fine. I've already got my port there. Gift to the state. I will put that into the treasury, thank you ever so much. And we'll use that to pay off another loan. Boom. And then there were 3. Oh, there's their war fleet. I was wondering where that was. What level fort is that? That's just a level 1 fort. It does have pretty good defensiveness. If I knew where their armies were, I might chance a landing up there to try and take their capital. What level are you? Level 2. Shouldn't be too difficult to take. Although, one thing I would like to do is grab you, stick you in this fleet for the moment. The reason I'm doing that is because he has a bonus to sieges. A letter of recommendation. The Christian missions in our land have behaved well since they came to settle here. They respect the laws, and an increasing number of men and women have begun to see the light of their God. Their leader has gained a reputation as an excellent mediator and would likely make a fine minister. He has agreed to this on the condition that we write a letter of recommendation to the other worldly leaders of Japan. Of course, our more traditionalist vassals would see his appointment as an offence, both to the tradition and to themselves. Their self-proclaimed leader would likely want to take up office, though his talents lie in other areas. So we can write the letter, which will get us a level 2 national unrest reduction following the Catholic faith is cheaper, or an isolationist military leader. I'm going to write the letter. I'm a little bit nervous not having seen Ming's army. Okay, they're down there. Oh, you're crossing. Oh, you fools. How do I want to do this? With low cunning and a bit of a dash of audacity. Cross over, make sure no other reinforcements can arrive. We do have a -3, which sucks, but they have a terrible, terrible army composition here. We have more morale, they have slightly more tactics thanks to higher discipline, and we have the much better army composition too, because they're going to have a bunch of artillery in the front row, where they just take a ton of damage. Like that. Let's go stack wipe them. Boom. That is a significant portion of Ming's army dead. And they are now willing to peace out. The other thing, do I want to war rep them? No, because that's going to extend the truce. All I wanted here was money, and money is what I'm getting. Boom. Thank you very much, Ming. Much obliged to you. Let's pay off these loans. Let's build a fort here. And then let's bring you back home. I'd say that went pretty well. Withdrawal from the Bank of Ming completed. I've missed doing that. I used to do it to the Ottomans all the time in the Knights game. Oh, you're not adjacent to a fort. That's very unfortunate. Unfortunate. Get it. I think Raishu is going to be a fortified region because you block that. Saishu isn't, so Zenshu would actually be a better location because it would cover all of this. Okay, we're going to build a level 2 fort here. A pretty cheap one. I don't think I'm going to bother fortifying Japan much more. Re-election. We now have a 655 ruler, which is quite nice. Right, and we can also get the unrest reduction half price person. 3.5 ducats a month. You know what? We're going to do it. And we could state there, but I don't think I really want to. How long do we have until the next war against Ashikaga? 31. 10 years! Ugh. Okay. First cup of tea done. Let's bring out the big boys. Yeah, Mike, I know I have a lot of rebels. It's almost like I've been a very, very naughty pirate. Those are all bricks. What are my transports like? Are they all bricks? They are, so I don't need those extra transports, so I can just go ahead and delete them. And then the light ships, in fact all of you, can just go ahead and privateer the living daylights out of Beijing. Have fun. Could eat Ryukyu. That's true. I could. Want to go and deal with these rebels first though. Oh, hold on. The Carrack needs to go and join them. That means we're actually going to be one transport short. That's a bit annoying. Military technology is so far beyond any of those rebel types. Okay, so the other thing is we do have money which we can spend on upgrades. And we do have several upgrades that I would definitely like to make. Done a pretty good job with that stuff. Manufactories? Yeah, Kyoto wants one. I think all 5 of these actually want to get built at some point. But let's get the silk factory going. Because how long do we have until manufactories start spawning? Probably have a while, actually. 1650, so we have 29 years. Richard True, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome to the stream. Hello, hello, hello. We are playing as So, the Pirate Daimyo of Japan. And it's been a fun game so far. We just completely humbled Ming in a war, which was fun. We just made a very, very big withdrawal from the Bank of Ming. Okay, so we are losing money at the moment, but that's just because of the reinforcement. Once the reinforcement is done, we will not be. However, we have got rebels, Ishiki and Oda. That's all going to be stuff up here in the north, so let's centralize you a little bit more. General Requin will no longer serve us. Requin! No! It's okay. We'll bring in Ben McMahon instead. Raid! When can I do the next raid along Ming's coast? I think that was 1620, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. We'll grab them going back the other way. Kind of wanted to see just how far south we could go. So Ming thought we were finished with them. Oh, no, 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 no. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. 103 ducats. Go on then. If you insist. Another 58. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Rebels just beaten. Excellent. Another 19. We have one more Oda, so that's also going to be Japan. It's going to be down here. 123 ducats. Very well, I accept. And we can pour some of this cash back into building manufactories and other things. Another 36. Etchi has been cored. We have cored everything now, haven't we? Yes. Good. 11 ducats. This one we won't be able to do, not just yet. We can't raid any of that till 32. Let's see if we can go after Jianshu or not. The tyranny of Captain Kimori So. When a pirate captain flies the black flag, he must invoke terror in the hearts of all who lay eyes upon it, but he must also command the respect of his crew, and at least in theory commands the ship with their consent. I would much rather lose the Republican tradition than... Sorry, I'd much rather lose Republican tradition than stability. Yeah, I was... Let me finish that sentence. The warehouses of the Christian merchants of Kyoto. Huzzah! We are again going to investigate this incident. Ice Mage, thank you very much for the resubscription, coming in with an 8-month streak now. Thank you very, very much for that. Raid! We are raiding all the raids.